Part 1 Introduction. In the middle of the North Atlantic, just below the Arctic Circle, lies a country unlike any other place on Earth. A land where volcano burns beneath the vast glacier, where the waterfall plunge from moss-covered cliff, and where black sand beach meets the restless sea. This is Iceland, a small island nation shaped by fire, ice, and the immense force of nature. At first glance, Iceland appears almost otherworldly. Steam rises from the ground, geysers erupt into the sky, rivers fed by ancient glacier crave to the desolate valley. In winter, the northern lights dance above snow-covered mountains. In summer, the midnight sun casts a golden glow across a landscape that seems untouchable by time. Few countries offer such dramatic contrast. Here, some of Europe's largest glaciers rest beside some of the world's most active volcanoes. Frozen ice caves sparkle like crystal craterals, while bubbling geothermal springs remind visitors that powerful energy lies just beneath the surface. These extraordinary features have earned Iceland its famous nickname, the land of fire and ice. Yet, Iceland is more than a geological wonder. It is also a country with a remarkable human story. More than 1,000 years ago, Norse settlers crossed the Atlantic that established one of the world's most remote communities. In this isolated environment, they built a society rooted in resilience, independence, and the deep respect for nature. Their legacy lives on Icelandic language, literature, and tradition. The Icelandic sagas, written centuries ago, preserve stories of exploration, conflict, and survival. The Uppingi, founded in 930, remain one of the oldest parliamentary institutions in the world. Today, Iceland is one of the most peaceful and prosperous nations on earth. Its population is small, numbering fewer than 400,000 people. Yet the country has become internationally admired for the innovation, sustainability, and exceptional quality of life. Nearly all of the Iceland electricity is generated from renewable sources, including the geothermal and hydroelectric power. Nature is not simply admired here, it powers home, heat building, and shapes everyday life. In Reykjavik, colorful houses and modern design reflect a society that balances tradition with creativity. Beyond the capital, small fishing villages cling to dramatic coastline, and lonely road leads to glacier, volcano, and endless horizon. Despite its rugged environment, Iceland possesses a quiet and haunting beauty. The land feels raw and elemental, as if Earth itself were still in the process of creation. In this documentary, we will journey across this extraordinary Iceland. We will explore Reykjavik and the Golden Circle, stand beside a rolling waterfall, walk on black sand beach, and venture into the glacier and ice cave. We will uncover the story of the Vikings, discover Icelandic culture, and witness the northern lights illuminating the Arctic sky. From the volcano crater to frozen lagoon, from the ancient sagas to modern sustainability, Iceland reveals a world of unforgettable contrast. Welcome to Iceland, a land where fire meets ice, where myth and nature have become one, and where every landscape tells the story of a plant still alive. Here, the weather can change within minutes, transforming sunshine to mist and silence into the distant rumble of an erupting geyser. Travelers often describe Iceland not as a destination, but as an experience that reshapes the way they see the nature of the world. It is a place absolute wonder and immense beauty, whether viewed from a mountain pass, a coastal cliff, or a beneath sky filled with a moving fly. Iceland leaves the impression that both profound and enduring remind us The most extraordinary landscapes are often found at the very edge of the inhabited world, where nature still resides supreme. Part 2. Geography and Volcanoes. Iceland is one of the youngest pieces of land on Earth. Unlike most countries, whole mountains and valleys were shaped over hundreds of millions of years. Iceland is still being formed today. Beneath its rugged surface, powerful geological forces continue to build, fracture, and transform the islands in real time. To understand, Iceland is to the restless Earth itself. The island sits astride the mid-Atlantic Ridge, a vast underwater mountain chain where the North American Eurasian tectonic plates slowly rip apart. These plates separate by a few centimeters each year. Molten rock rise from deep within the planet, creating new crust. In most parts of the world, this process may take place unseen beneath the ocean. In Iceland, it happens above sea level. This unique position makes Iceland one of the most volcanically active places on Earth. More than 100 volcanoes exist across the country, and around 30 are considered too active. Some erupt glaciers, triggering explosive interaction between fire and ice. Others send rivers of lava across blackened landscape, reminding the world that Iceland remains geologically alive. Among the famous eruptions in recent history was Jökulsárlón in 2010. Thought relatively small by Icelandic standard, its ice cloud is the rapid air travel across the Europe and demonstrated how even on this remote island it can affect the wide world. Yet volcanoes are only one part of the Iceland geological story. The same underground heat that through eruption also powered thousands of the geothermal features. Hot spring bubble from the earth, mud pots heat with steam, and geysers shoot boiling water high into the air. In fact, the word geyser comes from Icelandic. The Great Geyser, located in Jökulsárlón Valley, gave its name to this remarkable nature phenomenon. Nearby, structures erupt every few minutes, sending a column of steaming water into the sky. These geothermal resources are central to life in Iceland. Hot water is piped directly into homes, schools, and business. Greenhouses use geothermal to energy to grow vegetables year-round, even during a long northern winter. Nearly all of the Iceland electricity and heating come from renewable sources, making the country a global leader in sustainable energy. Water is equally important to Iceland's landscape. Approximately 11% of the country is covered by glaciers. The largest, Vatnajökull, is not only Iceland's greatest ice cap, but one of the largest in Europe. Beneath its frozen surface lie active volcanoes, creating a dramatic interaction between heat and ice. As glaciers slowly move across the land, they carve valleys, shape mountains, and feed the countless rival waterfalls. Some of Iceland's most spectacular scenery is the result of this glacial power. The Iceland coastline is just a desert. Black sand beach sculpted by the volcanic rock contrast sharply with white wave from the north of Atlantic. Seas that rise from the ocean and towering cliffs provide nesting ground for puffin and other night seabirds. Inland, lava fields are blanketed with bright green moss, giving the landscape an almost surreal appearance. Iceland's climate is surprisingly moderate for its northern location. The North Atlantic current brings reliably mid-temperature. The weather can change rapidly. Sunshine, rain, fog, and wind may all occur within a single day. This unpredictability adds to Iceland's sense of drama. From erupting volcano and Iceland glacier to steaming geothermal valleys and black sand shore, Iceland is living laboratory of Earth Nation force. Few places reveal the dynamic power of the island vividly. In Iceland, geology is not hidden beneath the surface. It defines the landscape, shapes daily life, and creates one of the most extraordinary environments on Earth. Every mountain, waterfall, and fissure tell a story of creation and change. This island is both ancient and newborn, harsh and beautiful. For travelers and scientists alike, Iceland offers a rare opportunity to witness the force that continue to shape the world beneath our feet with astonishing clarity and unforgettable grandeur every single day in a while. Part 3. Reykjavik, the northern capital. On the southwestern coast of islands, between the cold water and of the North Atlantic and the horizon shaped by mountain and lava field, lies Reykjavik, the world's most famous capital city. Small by international standard, Reykjavik is home to the major city of Iceland population and serves as a nation political, cultural, and economic center. It is a city where brightly painted houses stand beside the bold modern and architecture, where the geothermal steam rises from the earth, and where the nature remains an ever-present part of the daily life. The name Reykjavik means Smoky Bay. When the first Norse settler, Ignolfur Andersen, arrived in the 9th century, he saw steam rising from a nearby hot spring and gave the area a name inspired by the Iceland geothermal landscape. The same natural energy still heats almost every building in the city. Despite being a capital, Reykjavik feels intimate and easy to explore. Its streets are compact, traffic is light, and the atmosphere is relaxed. The city's colorful rooftop and coastal setting create a sense of warmth, even during the dark winter months. Dominating the skyline and hall-rim schedule, Reykjavik's most iconic landmark, inspired by the shape of the basalt column formed by volcanic lava. This striking the church rise above the city offers panoramic views from its tower. From the top, visitors can see the Haber, distant mountain, and the vast Atlantic beyond. Near the waterfall stands Harper Concert Hall, complete in 2011. Its shimmering glass facade reflects Iceland's changing lights and the color of the sea. Harper Best has become a symbol of modern Icelandic design and host center, festival, and international events through the year. Reykjavik is also a city of literature and art. Icelanders are passionate readers, and the country is famous for its strong storytelling tradition. Bookstores, galleries, and museums are found through the city, preserving both ancient sagas and contemporary creative activity. The Nation Museum and the Settlement Exhibition reveal the history of Iceland and the Viking Age to present. Music is deeply woven into the city identity. Artists such as Bergdorf and Skógafoss introduction Iceland's unique sound to the world, while smaller venues continue to support vibrant local scenes. Throughout the year, festivals celebrate music, film, and culture. Food in Reykjavik reflects both tradition and innovation. Fresh seafood, lamb, and locally grown products feature prominently on menus. At the same time, international influence have transformed the city into one of the Nordic region's most exciting culinary destinations. Nature is never far away. Residents regularly visit their most swimming pool, coastal walking path, and nearby hiking trail. Within a short drive, one can reach volcano, waterfall, and lava field. This connection between urban life and wilderness the character Reykjavik. In winter, the city glows under the long night, and the northern lights may appear overhead. In summer, nearly endless daylight fills park, cafe, and harbour promenade with life. Reykjavik captures the spirit of the island itself. It is created, resilient, and deeply connected to the natural force that shape in the islands. The modest size is often a remarkable blend of history, culture, and modern Nordic charm. For many travelers, Reykjavik is more than a starting point. It is a memorable destination in its own right, and a perfect introduction to the extraordinary world of islands. At the old harbour, fishing boats share the water in whale watching. Vessels and ferries bound for nearby Iceland. Streets are brightened and the building falls, and cozy coffee offer refuge from the wind. Weather covered in snow illuminated by the midnight sun, Reykjavik leaves visitors a lasting impression of beauty, symbolic city, and confidence at the edge of the Arctic. Part 4. The Golden Circle, Iceland's most famous journey. Just beyond Reykjavik lies a road that captures the essence of Iceland, a journey that throughout the landscape shaped by tectonic force, boiling geothermal energy, and glacial river, a place where history, geology, and nature beauty become together in a single unforgettable circle. This is the Golden Circle, covering approximately 300 kilometers. The Golden Circle is Iceland's most famous travel routine. It connects three of the country's most extraordinary destinations: Þingvellir National Park, the Geysir geothermal area, and the Gullfoss waterfall. Together, they reveal the powerful force that have shaped by Iceland and the enduring story of the nation itself. The journey began at Þingvellir National Park. This remarkable site holds both geological and historical significance. It lies in the Rift Valley where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates slowly drift apart. Walking through the Þingvellir, visitors can stand between two continents. The landscape is dramatic and serene. Dark lava field, crystal clear steam, and deep fissures create an atmosphere unlike anywhere else in the world. One of the famous features is Silfra Fissure, where glaciers water filtered through the volcanic rock for decades creates some of the clearest water on Earth. Divers and snorkelers from around the world come here to float between continents. Yet, the Þingvellir is more than a geological wonder. In the year 930, Iceland estimates the Þingvellir here, one of the oldest parliamentary institutions in the world. For centuries, the leaders gathered in this valley create law, resolve disputes, and shape the future for the nation. Few places unite natural beauty for political history so powerfully. From Þingvellir, the route becomes east to the Jökulsárlón Valley. Steam rises to the ground and the smell of fill the air. This is the Geysir geothermal area, where the Earth's internal heat reveals itself and dramatically the glacier was one of the famous for towering eruption, although it is now less active. Nearby struggle erupt every few minutes. Boiling water bursts in height into the sky, drawing crowds who wait and inspection for eruption. The spectacle is both thrilling and mesmerizing. Surrounding the geyser are bubbling mud pools, steaming vents, and colorful mineral disposal. The landscape feels alive, as if Earth were breathing. The final stop on the Golden Circle is one of Iceland's most magnificent waterfalls, Gullfoss, meaning Golden Falls. It's fed by the glacial water of the Þingvellir River. Here, the river plunges into two dramatic states into the rugged canyon. The sheet force of water creates thunderous sound and clouds of mist that often produce a brilliant rainbow. Standing near Gullfoss, visitors feel the immense power of nature. The waterfall has become one of the Iceland's most beloved landmarks. Its preservation is also a symbol of environment stewardship. In the early 20th century, plans were proposed to harness Gullfoss for the hydroelectric power. Thanks in part to the determined effort of senior humanity, a local woman who fought to protect the fall. The site was preserved for future restoration. Today, Gullfoss remains a testament to Iceland's commitment to conserving its natural heritage. The Golden Circle can be explored as a single day, yet it is impact lasting. Within a few hours, travelers witness contributive erupting geyser and one of the most powerful waterfalls in Europe. Few in the world offers such a concentration of nature in historic wonder. Each season transforms the journey. Summer brings green landscape and long day-night. Winter covers the region is snow and ice, adding a sense of quiet majesty. Autumn and spring reveal a dramatic sky and changing color. No matter when it's experienced, the Golden Circle offers an unforgettable introduction to Iceland. It tells the story of a country shaped by fire, water, and ice, a nation where geological forces remain visible, and where history is written directly into the landscape. For many visitors, the Golden Circle is the moment when Iceland truly comes alive, a journey through the most extraordinary screening on Earth, a powerful reminder that islands, nature, and history are forever intertwined. Part 5. The South Coast, waterfall, black sand, and glacial wonder. Along Iceland's southern shore lies one of the most spectacular stretches of Iceland landscape in the world, a region where waterfall plunge from towering cliffs, glacier descends from volcanic mountains, and black sands beaches meet the powerful wave of North Atlantic. This is Iceland's south coast. For many travelers, it is the most unforgettable part of the country. Driving east from Reykjavik, the scenery begins to transform. Open fields give way to moss-covered lava plain. In distance, snow-capped volcanoes rise above the horizon, while the Gullfoss river rushes from the glacier toward sea. Every kilometer reveals another breathtaking view. One of the first major landmarks is Seljalandsfoss, fed by meltwater from the Jökulsárlón Glacier volcano. This gruesome waterfall drops more than 60 meters over the Gullfoss cliff. What makes Seljalandsfoss especially unique is the path that leads behind the falling water. From this hidden viewpoint, visitors can stand within a curtain of mist and gaze out across the surrounding countryside. At sunset, the scenes become truly magical. Just a short distance away stands Skógafoss, one of Iceland's largest and most powerful waterfalls. Here, the Skóga River plunges dramatically over a broad cliff, creating a thunderous cascade and frequent rainbow in mist. According to Iceland legend, a Viking sailor hid a chest of gold behind the waterfall. Though the treasure has never been found, Skógafoss continues to captivate all who visit. Nearby rises the infamous Jökulsárlón volcano. Its eruption in 2010 sent us high into the atmosphere, disrupting air travel across Europe and drawing global attention to Iceland's geological water power. Today, the glacier-covered volcano stands as a reminder that landscape is constantly evolving. Continuing eastward, the coast becomes even more dramatic. Jagged mountains rise above green fields dotted with Icelandic horse and sheep. Glaciers spill from the highlands, and the ocean crashes relentlessly against the shore. One of the most striking destinations in Reynisfjara is Iceland's famous black sand beach. From a volcano rock, the beach is framed by towering basalt columns and powerful Atlantic waves. Offshore, dark sea stag known as Reynisfjara rise from the water. According to folklore, this part where one stone turned to stone by the morning sun. The atmosphere at Reynisfjara is both beautiful and haunting. The contrast between black sand, white surf, and the gray sky create a landscape that feels almost surreal. Farther east lies Skógafoss, a stunning region now included within Vatnajökull National Park. Here, hiking trails lead through birch woodland and glacial valleys to panoramic viewpoints. One of the most beloved routes and leads to Gullfoss. This elegant waterfall descends over all world of dark hexagonal basalt columns, whose geometric form inspired the design of Jökulsárlón in Reykjavik. Beyond the scatter field, the road approached one of Iceland's most extraordinary sights, Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. At the edge of the Vatnajökull ice cap, enormous icebergs break away from a glacier rip across a serene lagoon toward the sea. Some glow brilliant blue, while others are streaked with black volcanic ash. Seals often swim among the floating ice. Across the road lies Diamond Beach, where fragments of ice wash onto black sand and sparkle like scattered crystal. Few places in Iceland are more mesmerizing. The south coast is also a land of constant change. Glaciers advance and retreat, rivals alter their course, volcanic eruptions reshape their terrain. Nature is dynamic, predictable. Yet this ever-changing landscape is precisely what makes the region so compelling. Each season reveals a different character. Summer brings green valley and endless day-night. Winter covers waterfalls with ice and create opportunity to explore the crystal blue ice cave. Autumn and spring offer dramatic weather and fevered crowd. Through the year, the South Coast remains one of Iceland's greatest nature treasures. It captures everything that makes the country extraordinary: waterfall, glacier, volcanoes, black sand beach, and legend rooted in the land itself. Traveling Iceland's south coast is like moving through a world where the forces of Earth are on full display. A landscape of immense beauty and raw power, and a place that leaves every visitor with a profound sense of wonder. Part 6. Glacier and Ice Cape. Iceland's Frozen Kingdom. Beneath Iceland's ever-changing skyline is one of the most extraordinary ice landscapes in the world. A realm of vast glaciers, shimmering blue caverns, and frozen rivers that slowly reshape the land. These immense ice fields cover volcanoes, feed waterfalls, and preserve a powerful record of Earth's climate. This is Frozen Ice Kingdom. Although Iceland is famous for volcano and geothermal energy, approximately 11% of the country is covered by glaciers. These massive bodies of ice are among the most defined features of the land. They dominate the interior, sculpt mountain valleys, and supply the river that keeps to Iceland. The largest of them all is Vatnajökull, covering more than 8,000 square kilometers. Vatnajökull is the largest glacier in Europe by volume. Its frozen surface stretches across southern Iceland like a vast of white wilderness. Beneath this enormous ice cap lie several active volcanoes, including Gullfoss and Bergunga. The coexistence of fire and ice makes Vatnajökull one of the most fascinating geological regions on Earth. In 2008, much of surrounding area was designated as part of Vatnajökull National Park, now one of Europe's largest protected areas. The park preserves glacier, volcano, waterfall, the unique ecosystem shaped by extreme nature's force. At the edge of Vatnajökull lies one of the Iceland's most iconic sites, Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. Here, enormous icebergs break away from the Vatnajökull Glacier and rip silently across the deep lagoon. Some are brilliant blue, compressed by centuries of pressure. Others are stripped with black volcanic ash, each layer marking past eruption. As they move toward the Atlantic Ocean, seals often swim among them, adding life to this tranquil sense. Just beyond the lagoon is Diamond Beach. Fragments of ice wash ashore onto the black volcanic sand, where they glitter like crystal sculptures under the changing light. The contrast between transparent ice and dark sand creates one of the most striking landscapes in Iceland. Yet, perhaps the most magical experience of all is entering an ice cave. During winter, meltwater cave tunnel and chamber beneath glacier. This nature cave house glow with extraordinary shades of blue, as light filters through the sands and ancient ice. Walls shimmer like glass, and every surface reflects the presence of purity of the glacier. Walking inside an ice cave feels like stepping into another world. No two caves are more even the same. Each year, shifting ice creates a new shape or pattern. Some caves are now narrow and translucent, while the others from vast chamber with ceiling resembling crystal cathedral. Because glaciers are constantly moving, these formations are temporary and ever-changing. Glaciers also play a critical role in shaping Iceland's environment. As they slowly advance and retreat, they carve valleys, deposit sediment, and feed powerful rivers. They are both creator and destroyer, transforming the landscape over thousands of years. At the same time, Iceland glaciers are among the clearest indicators of climate change. Many have retreated significantly over recent decades. In 2019, Iceland commemorated the loss of Jökulsárlón, the country's first glacier officially declared that due to rising temperature, the event became a global symbol of the fierce future facing the world's ice. For Iceland, glaciers are not distant future. They are central to national identity and daily life. They inspire art, folklore, and scientific research, and they remind people of nature's immense power. Whether viewed from a mountain right, explored from within ice cave, or seen rippling as iceberg across a silent lagoon, Iceland's glaciers evoke a profound sense of wonder. They reveal a world of beauty, fragility, and constant transformation. In this frozen kingdom, time moves slowly. Ice records the past, shape the present, and warn us about the future. And in the deep blue heart of Iceland glacier, the force of nature are preserved in one of their most breathtaking forms. Part 7. Viking History and the Sagas of Iceland. More than 1,000 years ago, a small group of seafarers crossed the cold water of North Atlantic in open wooden ships. They came from Norway and other parts of Scandinavia, carrying livestock too and a determination to build new life on one of the most remote islands on Earth. These settlers were Vikings. Their arrival in the late 9th century marked the beginning of the Iceland recording history. According to tradition, the first permanent settler in Gullfoss and Ration. Around the year 874, he establishes a farm and in the area that would later become Reykjavik. Like many Norse settlers, he was drowned by the promise of the land and independence. At the time, Norway was becoming increasingly centralized under King Harald Fair, and some chieftains sought freedom beyond his rule. Iceland offered isolation, opportunity, and a chance to shape a new society. The early settlers built farms along the coast and fed valley. They raised sheep, cattle, and horses, and relied on fishing to supplement their food supply. Life was difficult. Long winter, volcanic eruptions, and limited natural resources tested their resilience. Yet over time, this community developed into distinct culture rooted in law, storytelling, and personal honor. One of the most remarkable achievements of early Icelanders was establishment of a Þingvellir in the year 930. Held at Þingvellir, this nation assembly brought together chieftains and free men from across the island. Laws were recited aloud, disputes were settled, and important decisions were made collectively. The Þingvellir is widely regarded one of the oldest parliamentary institutions in the world. It remained a powerful symbol of Icelandic democracy and independence. During the year 1000, Iceland underwent a peaceful but momentary transformation. After debate at Þingvellir, the Iceland officially adopted Christianity. The decision helped preserve society unity while allowing certain tradition practice to continue for a time. Churches were established, and Iceland became increasingly connected to medieval Europe. Yet many elements of Norse culture survive the folklore and legend. The most enduring legacy of medieval Iceland is literal. Between the 12th and the 14th century, Icelandic writers recording the sagas. The prose narrative recount the life of settler, explorer, warrior, and poet. They describe family feud, voyage across the ocean, and the moral complexities of honor and revenge. Works such as Niger Saga and Ego Saga are considered the masterpiece of world literature. The saga preserves not only dramatic story but also invaluable insight into the Viking society. They reveal a culture that prizes courage, loyalty, and eloquence. In a land with few monuments of stone, story become the most enduring form of memory. Iceland also played a role in exploration of North America. Around the year 1000, Leif Erikson, the son of Eric the Red, sailed west from Greenland and reached land he called Vinland, believed to be a part of present-day Newfoundland in Canada. This voyage made the Norse the first known Europeans to reach the America, nearly 5 centuries before the Columbus. Over a century, Iceland remained under Norwegian and later Danish rule. Its population enduring hardship, including epidemic famines and devastating volcanic eruption. Despite these challenges, this Icelandic language changed remarkable by little, allowing modern Icelanders to read medieval sagas with relative ease. In the 19th century, a growing nation movement sought greater autonomy, inspired by its literary heritage and democratic tradition. Iceland gradually regained self-government. In 1944, while Denmark was occupied during the Second World War, Iceland formally declared itself an independent republic. Today, the Vikings legacy remains central as Icelandic identity. Ancient place name, tradition symbol, and the story of sagas continue to shape the nation's imagination. Museums preserve artifacts from the settled area, and the modern Icelanders take pride in their connect to the past. The history of Iceland is a story of exploration, endurance, and creativity. It is the story of people who transformed the remote volcanic Iceland into a thriving society. And through the sagas they left behind, their voice still echoes across the century, carrying the spirit of Viking world into the present day. Part 8. Icelandic culture and lifestyle. Iceland may be a land of volcanoes, glaciers, and dramatic landscape, but its greatest strength lies in the character of its people. Shaped by centuries, isolation, and demanding nature environment, Icelandic culture reflects resilience, creativity, and profound connection to the land. Although the country has a population of fewer than 400,000 people, it has developed a cultural identity that is both deeply rooted in a tradition and remarkably modern. One of the most distinctive features of Icelandic society is relationship with nature. The forces that shape the island are not distant abstractions. They are part of everyday life. Geothermal energy is home, power swimming pool, and provide hot water to the country. Weather conditions influence travel, work, and recreation. Volcanic eruption and shifting landscape are accepted as natural reality. Rather than attempting to dominate nature, Icelandics have learned to live in harmony with it. With practical relationship with the environment has helped Iceland become a global leader in sustainability. Nearly all electricity and heating are generated from renewable sources, primarily geothermal and hydroelectric power. This evidence of clean energy support a high standard of living while reducing dependence on fossil fuel. Language is another pillar of Icelandic identity. Modern Icelandic remains remarkably close to the Old Norse spoken by the Vikings more than 1,000 years ago. As a result, Icelanders can still read the medieval sagas in their original language. The preservation of Icelandic is a source of great national pride. The words are often created from native root rather than borrowed from other language, helping maintain linguistic continuity, and literal occupies a special place in Icelandic life. The country has one of the highest rates of book publication and readership in the world. Storytelling traditions remain strong, and books are the cherished gift, especially during the Christmas season. This custom, known as the Jökulsárlón or the Christmas book club, see the new title released in the large number of the families exchange books and spend winter evening reading. Music and art are equally important. Iceland has produced internationally recognized artists such as Björk and Skógafoss. Their work, like much Icelandic art, is inspired by the landscape and atmosphere. From folk tradition to experiment design, creativity flourishes through the country. Food in Iceland reflects both history and adaptation. For centuries, survival depending on fishing, sheep farming, and preserving food for a long winter. Today, fresh food, fresh seafood, lamb, dairy products, and greenhouse-grown vegetables staple of the nation's cuisine. Traditional dishes such as kir, a deep Persian dairy product, continue to be widely enjoyed. Society is another defining characteristic of Iceland. The country consistently ranks among the world leaders in gender equality, education, and overall quality of life. Communities are close-knit, and trust in public institutions is high. Healthcare and education are widely accessible, contributing to a strong sense of social cohesion. One of the most beloved aspect of Icelandic daily life is the public swimming pool. Found in nearly every town, this geothermal pool serves as a place to relaxation, exercise, and social connection. People of all ages gather in warm water to talk, unwind, and enjoy the outdoor evening during the coldest month. Seasonal rhythm shape everyday life. Winter brings darkness, storm, and the possibility of the northern lights. Summer offers nearly continuous daylight and long hours for travel and celebration. This dramatic change fosters a deep appreciation for time, light, and the nature world. Modern Iceland combines technological sophistication with enduring education. It is a society that values education, sustainability, and creativity and community. There's more insight. Iceland has built a culture of remarkable depth and originality. In Iceland, ancient sagas are still read. Renewable energy of power daily life, and the nature remain an inseparable part of identity. Together, their elements create a way of as distinctive and compelling as the island itself. Part 9. Northern Lights and the Midnight Sun. Few places on Earth reveal the extreme of light and darkness dramatically as Iceland. Located just south of the Arctic Circle, the Iceland experiences profound seasonal change that shape both of landscape and realm of daily life. In winter, night grows long and the sky may come alive with the aurora borealis. In summer, the sun barely sets, bathing the land is nearly continuous daylight. These two phenomena are among Iceland's most magical nature wonders. The northern light, also known as the aurora borealis, occurs when charged particles from the sun collide with gas in Earth's upper atmosphere. The result is luminous display of shifting color that ripple across the night sky. Green is the most common shade, but pink, purple, and red can also appear. The lights may form faint arc, swirling curtain, or brilliant wave stretching from horizon to horizon. In Iceland, the aurora is visible from September to April, when the nights are dark enough to appear. Clear sky and minimal light pollution create ideal viewing conditions. Some of the best places to witness the northern lights are far from the city, where mountain, glacier, and frozen coastline provide unforgettable setting. For many travelers, seeing the aurora is one in a lifetime experience. There is something deeply moving about standing beneath a silent sky as a ribbon of light dances overhead. The phenomenon has inspired the wonder for centuries. In Icelandic folklore, the lights were associated with spiritual omens and supernatural force. Today, they remain a powerful reminder of beauty and mystery of the natural world. If winter belongs to the darkness and aurora, summer belongs to the light. From the late May to early August, Iceland experienced the midnight sun. During this period, the sun dips only briefly below the horizon, and in the far north it may not set at all. Even at midnight, the landscape glows with soft golden light. The endless daylight transforms life across the country. People hike late into the evening, children play outdoors at unusual hours, and the photographer captures landscape illuminated long after midnight. The midnight sun also reveals Iceland's scenery in extraordinary ways. Waterfall streamer and glaciers reflect warm tones, and black sand beaches take on a most dreamlike atmosphere. The sense of time begins to blur. Days feel longer, and the distance between morning and night becomes less important. For Icelanders, this is an extreme and natural part of life. Winter encouraging reflection and the appreciation of cozy indoor tradition. Summer brings energy, travel, and celebration. Together, the aurora borealis and the midnight sun symbolize the unique relationship between Iceland and the sky. They remind us that Iceland is a place to contrast, a land where darkness can burst into a color, and where the sun lights through the night. In Iceland, the heavens are never merely a backdrop; they are an essential part of the experience. And whether illuminated by dancing lights or endless twilight, the sky above Iceland leaves an impression of wonder that endures long after the journey ends. Whether viewed from a fjord, a snow-covered level field, or the deck of a coastal boat, these celestial phenomena reveal Iceland at its most enchanting. They connect to the Iceland rim of the universe and offer traveler moments of aware that feel both intimate and infinity. Part 10. Conclusion. A land shaped by fire and ice. Iceland is a country unlike any other, a place where volcanoes, glaciers exist by side, where waterfalls thunder across ancient cliffs, and where the sky itself becomes a spectacle of light. From the colorful streets of Reykjavik to the erupting glacier of the Golden Circle, from black sand beach and vast ice cap to the dancing aurora overhead, Iceland reveals a world of extraordinary contrast. A slanting landscape, a dramatic and ever-changing. Its history tells of Viking sailors, the Nordic tradition and literal achievements that have endured for more than 1,000 years. Its people have built a modern society powered by renewable energy, shaped by creativity and deeply connected to nature. Through the small insight, Iceland leaves a lasting impression. It is land where the force of earth remains visible, where an ancient saga still lives in the language, and where each season transforms the Iceland into something entirely new. For travelers, Iceland offers unforgettable adventure. For historians, it preserves a remarkable cultural legacy. For nature love, it is one of the most awe-inspiring destinations on Earth. Yet beyond its famous landmark and natural wonder, Iceland offers something even more powerful, a sense of wonder, a reminder that our planet is alive, dynamic, and endlessly beautiful. This is Iceland, the land of fire and ice, a nation forged by nature, shaped by history, and illuminated by some of the most extraordinary landscapes on Earth. And all for who experience glaciers, volcanoes, and northern sky, Iceland become a place that never forgotten.